Hey you guys, and welcome to, yes, you're reading the title correctly, my November and December 2015 wrap up. Since one of the goals I seem to be having right now is to finish putting up all my wrap ups, and this is one of the wrap ups that I was missing. Well, technically it's two, but I'm just putting it into one. And then I have all the 2016 wrap ups, which are gonna go on for hopefully the rest of the week. And then that will be it, and I won't post anything for like a week or two, and then I'll get back on like a 2 video hopefully schedule a week. So there you go. Let's go ahead and get started. In November of 2015 I read 2 books. The first book was The Grownup by Gillian Flynn. I got this for review from Blogging for Books, so I'm gonna link my review down below so you guys can go check that out. But basically I gave this book 4 stars. It was nice, short, and sweet, and I kind of want more, and I'd be interested to see if they could make an adaptation of this and what they would probably add in to it. And then I read Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. It looks like this. I had borrowed it from my library, but since then I got a review copy, so I'm definitely going to reread that and fangirl and give you more definite thoughts. But I really enjoyed it mainly because I love Simon and Baz, but it seems that I like the fanfiction more when it was in fangirl rather than when you put up a full-length story, because I had some problems here and there, which is why I really want to go back, kind of mark it down, and kind of settle my thoughts and just do a whole kind of spoiler video about it. So if you guys would be interested in that, let me know. But it just didn't translate as well into like a full-length story like for me. But I gave it like 4 stars as well. I'm hovering between like 3 and 4 stars. It was like a 3.5 to 4 stars. So we have to see, because my love for them is vast. Okay, but some of the problems I had for it, just couldn't keep it at like a 5 star. Then in December, which was usually the graphic novel month of the #yearathon, I read another book I got for review, and I still haven't reviewed it, so I'll have to do that. And that is The Time Chamber by Darius Song, and it looks like this. And this is actually the second coloring book in a series, which, sneak peek into a haul, I bought the first one finally, but because I really enjoyed the story in this one, so I always wanted to know what was the story in the first one, because this one, a fairy comes into our world, and the other one, the first one, the fairy goes into the girl's world. And this is some coloring that I've done so far. I'm definitely going to try and film myself coloring some more, and then that way I can do like a full-length review, so you guys can look forward to that now that I actually have a working computer, which was part of the problem with how I was filming this year. I didn't have like a working computer for half of it, so then I could edit and like speed everything up, and you don't have to watch like a 100-hour long video of me coloring. And I gave that one 5 out of 5 stars. And then I read The Incestuous Sisters by Audrey Niffenegger. It doesn't even sound like it. It isn't like it sounds. So it follows these 3 sisters who are kind of interested in this one guy, and how they're like all taking these one path toward him, fighting each other, sort of, if what I remember is correctly. And I'll link like my feelings and thoughts down below, which I wrote a review of, and it's mostly in GIFs about how I felt about what went on, and it's really interesting. It's really quick read. You guys should go check it out. I gave this a 3 stars for now, until maybe I understand some more stuff, but I really did like it. And then the next 3 books I read are from Edward Gorey's Amphigore bind up. And the first one I read is The Beastly Baby, which, to tell you all, is basically just about the story of this horrible baby that no one wants and is trying to get rid of, because that is Edward Gorey. And I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really did enjoy it. It's kind of mean though, but if you guys do the Edward Gorey thing, you know. And this one is The Nursery Fritz, if you guys can see that. And you can see like this like one animal. I thought it was many animals just saying random words, but really it's like just one animal in like different phases saying different words. And it's kind of like if you were to put it up like in a nursery, you could just see like the whole thing go down. I gave it 3 stars. It was interesting to read / see, and then when I kind of understood it was one, it was even better. So maybe I'll make some more discoveries about it later on. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then I read The Pious Infant And I gave this one like probably like a 4-star, probably like a 3-star. It just follows this infant who was really just like really good, but to like a default, like it was too much, and it led to tragedies because this is Edward Gorey. And really, I can't remember how much I gave this, but I remember really loving it, so I probably gave it like a 4 or 5 stars. I'll let you guys know down below for sure. And then we have The Evil Garden by Edward Bluting, even though it's Edward Gorey, and it just follows this family who goes into this garden, and it's evil, and it just starts picking off people one by one. See, it's just such happy books he has in here. But I gave it a 4 stars. And now remember, I didn't rate The Pious Infant yet because I'm going to reread it again and again until I feel like I can have a definite star rating, because you guys see how I kept going over it. So I'm going to read it again and maybe write down my thoughts. So there we go. And then I read some comic books, and they were free on the Kindle, and they're still free on the Kindle, so I'll link them down below. And the first one I read is Carnival of Souls by Jazan. And this is how it kind of looks, the first. And I read the first 3. The first one's Welcome to the Show, 2, Everyone Loves a Clown, and 3, All Hell's Broken Loose. I gave them each 3 stars. I really like the pictures, and the storylines were kind of like nice but slightly convoluted. It follows this boy, he goes to a circus, there's a plane crash, he crashes in the jungle, he's like being hunted, like that one story where people are like hunting people, and then we go back to the circus, and I'm still slightly confused. And then there was even more of them, and some of them had the same names, and I was confused. Another one seems more like a book for the Carnival of Souls, and I'm like, this is interesting and intriguing, but I'm still like confused on how this goes in order, and I almost got it mixed up with another series that he does that may be related to it, because it has more clowns, and I'm just like, this is just creepy and weird, and I need to just come back to this when I'm like ready. So for now, I gave it a 3 stars, and maybe it might change in the future if I ever reread it anytime soon. But I'll link as many of the free ones for this comic that I can find down below, and you guys let me know your thoughts, or if you've read this before, let me know any order like that you would recommend, because I tried looking it up, but it didn't work out for me. And then I read volume 1 and 2 of the Saltwater Witch. It is written and illustrated by Chris Howard, and it looks like this. And then I'll show you some pictures for it, because I really like, especially like the first one. It just looks so beautiful, and I kind of want to buy it. But again, it follows this takes place first under the sea, then we get to like the school, and this person doesn't know who she is, and of course another person barges in and then kind of has to reveal like her destiny, sort of, because now she's getting attacked and now she has to know. But part of me felt like I was missing a lot of information even for a comic, but then I figured out that there was actually like a book, so I'm not sure if the book came first or the comic came first, but there's a book written, and it is on my wish list, and I'm going to read that sucker one of these days, because I really love the plot line. But maybe it's also because I didn't finish like all of them, but individually so far they each got a 3 star, so there we go. And that's what I gave this, 3 stars. So that's not a surprise. That seems to be the definite rating of this video. And then last but not least, I read Patrick Ness, The Slow Regard of Silent Things. This is the little novella. It looks like this in the Name of the Wind series. Or it was supposed to be a trilogy, but somebody said there was going to be a 4th book now. That's going to take forever. I'm really happy and glad if he could come out with them back to back. But this one follows a character who I'm not going to name for like spoiler's sake, but we're just in her head for like 7 days watching her go through this stuff, and it's just like beautiful writing, beautiful like settings and stuff, and just being in her head is nice, but it really adds no plot to the overall reaching story. So some people are not going to like this because of that, because they want him to get on with the next book. They're not going to like it because it just has no plot in it of itself. Like, you're just in her head and seeing her thoughts and how she's living and things like that, which I thought were really interesting, but everyone has to decide for themselves. Just really beautiful writing, and then there's no plot. Actually, at the beginning of this book, the author even says, and I wrote it down, it says in the endnotes, simply said, I knew the story was for me. It wasn't for other people. Sometimes it happens. It was wise enough to know itself, and brave enough to be itself, and wild enough to change itself, while somehow staying altogether true. So, and he does warn you, even at the beginning, the story might not be for everybody. But I really loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, obviously, and I'm really looking forward to the next book, or maybe a new novella story that he can write in the meantime. So that's what I read then. And if for some reason you remember what you read, then be sure to tell me. But if you guys have read any of these books that I mentioned, or you plan to, let me know your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.